Peace. This is Moo. Doing my review of the Bobby Brown story on BET, and I tell you, this is great. This is the continuation of the New Edition series that they did first, and now they're doing the story on Bobby Brown's life. And yeah, man, this was very interesting. It went back from the time when he was kicked out of the group, and it went back into time of when he was a teenager, seeing some of his friends in Boston being killed, and it also reverted back to a point in his life where he was rushed to the hospital, I think, from a situation that probably will be revealed in part two. So if you haven't seen the first uh, part of this story and you think it's going to be an issue, go back and watch it and check the review. If not, I'm going in. It's gonna be some spoilers. Yeah. Well, this story is very interesting. Talk about during the time when Bobby Brown got kicked out of the group, and he was back in the neighborhood of his neighborhood in Boston, and his family was trying to figure out some stuff with him, and then he was getting involved in some type of stuff in the neighborhood, hustling narcotics apparently, and his mother confronts him about it, and he makes a revelation that she was running some type of stuff herself in the house, and they were going back and forth, and his brother, he goes to his brother and asks his brother to be his manager. um, his brother got a degree, went to school, for journalism, and wants his brother to be his manager, and he does. And the guy from MCA, I think his name Jerry, from MCA, the CEO from MCA, goes to Bobby and tell him that it's the last time he's gonna make the offer for him to do his own project, his own solo for his solo career, his album, and he was saying that he didn't want to get jerked with the money like he did when he was in New Edition. So he said it's gonna be straightened out and everything. So they say, and we see Bobby rising with the solo thing. He getting ready to record with L.A. Reid and Babyface in the studio, and they got a, he wants to do an album more reflective of something with the hip hop and the and some more hard hitting with some hip hop tracks and stuff. So he wants to work with Teddy Riley, and he said he's willing to work with L.A. Reid and Babyface. And they record this song. I think it's the song called "Rock with Me," and he's talking about uh, this particular female that he has on his mind, and calling her his angel. And we see the rise of his career with the albums and stuff, and we come to find out that his angel, the song what the song's supposed to be allegedly based on, is his angel is Janet Jackson. I was like, wow. So Bobby and Janet had a thing going on. But see, that's the thing too. In Hollywood, we know that all these different liaisons, these celebrities have these special liaison relationships that a lot of times might not be publicized. And we got to think, '80s, we didn't have internet, and we didn't have all this internet and computer type stuff. I mean, there were computers, but it didn't have like we got it today in 2018. So it's probably easy to hide, cover up certain things. But they had a relationship. He went and bought her a car, and she was like, "No, I don't want the car." And he's like, And then he said, "I'll make it up to you." And then they had their intimate liaison, trying to be um, family oriented. I don't want to get too rah rah, but you can put your mind into what I'm saying. Yeah, so Janet and them are together, and he's asking Janet, what are we doing? And Janet's like, just like, everything is cool, this, that, and the third. We got something special, this, that, and third. And he's like, are you ashamed of me because I'm from the hood, I'm from the ghetto, and you from, such and such and such such. And, she basically like went back to sleep on him. I was like, wow, man. So Janet, that was a powerful revelation that I didn't know that Janet and Bobby had something going on. That was something. And then, the whole thing with Whitney Houston meeting at the Grammy Awards or something, award show, American Music Awards, one of those award shows, and they start connecting and hanging out, at his mansion and stuff. And apparently, he was dating with her for about 2 or 3 years, whatever. But he had his other liaisons with other women and stuff. He was still doing his thing, Bobby being Bobby, and he confronts. I think one part I saw, he confronts Whitney about her friend Robin. We heard the rumors about. Anyway, you can go do your own research on that. Rumors about Robin and her relationship. Uh, it was a sketchy, but not too clear type of situation. But yeah, he confronts Robin. Why you always around here? This, that, and the third. And we see Whitney uh, doing the drugs, and um, Bobby was like shocked. He was like, and they get ready to get married and everything, and basically, he was, I guess, having cold feet or whatever, and his friend talked to him in the bathroom. This girl, um, the name sounds familiar. I don't know if she's somebody important in his life later on, but I guess we'll find part 2. But she tries to console him, tell him, you got something special, Whitney, and you need to go ahead and get married, whatever. And they get married, and he basically signs over his assets to Whitney, and his brother's trying to tell him, "Hey, I don't think that's a good idea." And his manager tells him, "Don't. That's not a good idea." He's like, "What's mine is mine. Hers is hers." And basically, it seemed like his career kind of cartels because him and Whitney are basically staying up in the house, her mansion, and doing narcotic activities, and you know, and then his house in Atlanta's got about to be get his parents are about to get evicted from their house, and they confront Tommy, and they trying to blame Tommy on everything. Tommy's like, "Hey, I gave up everything of my life to be my manager, to be the manager for my brother, and you attacking me." He's like, "This guy don't want to listen to me. He doesn't want to listen to anything I got to say, and this, that, and the third." And he goes there and kind of confront Bobby about the house being not the house about to be the parents about to be evicted from the house, and he he's not listening, and he's doing lines of cocaine, um, and he was telling him that it was his daughter's his birthday or something, and you need to go check that out. And he went up there, um, and the baby mom wouldn't let him come in there because he knew that he was high and didn't want to be around the children like that. And then there's a part where I think his sister's fiance wants to marry, and they at the club and they hanging out, and he sees some suspicious characters in the club, and he said, "Do you know them, Bobby?" And Bobby like, "No, I don't know who they are." and they go out the club and they get ready to go to the car, and then he sees him and he has a gun, uh, and gives it to Bobby, and then the guys come by and do a drive-by shoot and shoot the friend up, and he has the gun. And he's trying to get away from him, and at the hospital they showed him, and the sister is upset at Bobby, and the fans blame Bobby for everything that went down. The situation went down with her fiance being killed, and it goes off. And part two will continue more of the story of Bobby Brown. If you like this video, please hit that like icon if you can, and subscribe to Moochie72. As always, Moose says peace and blessings to everybody, and have a nice day. Thank you.